Hello and welcome to another episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name is Jacob and today we've got another unboxing video. And as you can see, I'm doing something a little bit different. I decided to try out using my phone camera to film this because I've been kind of dissatisfied with the way my webcam has been filming things recently. With that aside, let's get to the unboxing. So what we should have in here, if I'm correct, hopefully this doesn't turn out to be something completely different, but I'm assuming we got some YMSF figures. In particular, I should have 2 or 3 figures. I say 2 or 3, 2 of them kind of come as a bundle together, hence why I kind of think of them as 2 figures. Because I should have Behemoth, the Raymondo Behemoth. Is he here? Let's see, what's this? No, this is the Godzilla. Yeah, there he is. Okay. We have the Raymondo Behemoth from Godzilla King of the Monsters. That's very exciting because they made a small run of only 100 of these, which is really exciting. So I got one of the run of 100 that they made of these. And I also got the Son of Godzilla. Godzilla, just because it is literally one of the ugliest versions of Godzilla that has ever been designed, and I wanted a figure of it. So I got the Y-MSF Son of Godzilla. I'm not sure what the exact year was. I think in 1967, maybe, something like that. Could be wrong. Probably am. But there we go. We got the Son of Godzilla here by Y-MSF. Done in a very dark charcoal black color, and got his nice gray spines there, looking really messy and crazy. And you see that really derpy looking face, very dark pupils around his eyes. I kind of wish they made those brighter, but look at that. It really captures that derpy Son of Godzilla look. I'm just gonna adjust his arms off screen. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, look at him. The Son of Godzilla from YMSF. Nice big tail though. Nice curve to it actually. And he does look really accurate. So yeah, this one I'm really happy with. That's really cool. Nice big figure as well. Can put him down here. There we go. And he should come with a little Minilla figure. Is that Minilla there? There he is, a little derpy Minilla baby. Awesome. Okay, plop him out. There he is. Look at that. It's little baby Minilla, the derpy, very young version in particular. Again, done in a very dark plastic. I kind of wish they made him more of a tan brown color or grayish color, because that's what I remember him looking like in the film. But nonetheless, still really, really sweet. Well, there we got those two. We can actually compare them real briefly to some other YMSF figures before we open up our Behemoth. So we got the 1965 Godzilla here. I think that's from Astro Monster or one of those movies. And there we go. You can actually see the Son of Godzilla one is actually taller, which is interesting. I wonder if that's accurate to how the suits were. Although this guy is leaning forward quite a bit more, so that might just be the case. It's really great to get more Showa Godzilla figures in my collection because they're just a lot more difficult to get Showa figures, and they have such iconic and unique designs, and they're all kind of slightly derpy looking, which is really cute. I really like that. So there we go. You can bring in YMSF Kong from King Kong vs. Godzilla. Actually, this is the Raymondo Kong. Sorry. They're easy to get mixed up because you buy Raymondo figures from YMSF as well, which is what we got with this Behemoth here. But I think Raymondo is actually an American company, and they sell them through YMSF as well. I'm not 100% sure how that works. It's a little odd, but nevertheless, they're kind of associated with each other. So Raymondo Kong and 62 Kong. And just to have a look under his feet for what it says there, it's upside down. So the YMSF figures, I believe they're made in Japan, whereas Raymondo figures are made in China, but I think they're an American company which is like works with YMSF to some degree for distribution. There we go, made in Japan. So that's really cool, a Japanese made Godzilla. Very sweet. We can put them to the side, and then we can try and assemble and unbox this 1 out of 100 Behemoth figure. Should also mention these are hollow hard vinyl figures in a similar vein to Bandai vinyls. Just if you're not familiar with Y-MSF figures in general, they're kind of boutique figures that are made by a fairly small company, but they are officially licensed, believe it or not. So officially licensed, but just a very boutique, quite expensive little sofubi figures, which means soft vinyl figures in Japanese. But these are actually hard vinyl figures, but I still think they count as sofubi. I don't know. I hope my audio is coming through nice and clear. My phone does record audio pretty well, but sometimes depending on where I'm holding my phone, it might cut out or sound a bit weird or all that sort of stuff I've noticed, but generally it should be all okay. But it does also leave me with the problem of trying to break tape with one hand. Luckily this scalpel knife is actually pretty sharp, so it's doing a good job. So his tusks are separate. The one kind of complaint I would have with this figure, and this is before I even take a good look at it, but I've seen photos and other reviews, is his tusks. They're very clean. If you remember Behemoth from the movie, so, you know, in Godzilla King of the Monsters in the 2019 film, he was one of the other new kaijus created just for that movie. He was barely shown on screen. He just really made a cameo more than anything. But he had this really cool design. But one thing that was really striking about him was he actually had big, overgrown tusks that were covered in vines and moss and all that crazy stuff because he was like ancient looking. And unfortunately, the tusks that come with him are very clean. So this is a very clean Behemoth. And I've seen some people customize this figure. Come on, I'm trying to break this tape. And their customs look great and all. I'm not really in the mindset that I want to customize a rare figure such as this. Like a, you know, it is a limited run of 100. I generally, only really customize stuff that's actually like a model kit, for example, or something that is a bootleg. But if it's, you know, a unique figure like this, I kind of want to keep it as stock as possible. And there we go, there's a Behemoth figure. And without his tusks, he kind of looks like Alf. If you guys know Alf, the 80s sitcom about the alien, the fluffy alien, I love Alf. I could watch that for days and days and days. But he kind of has that vibe about him, especially his face looks really similar without the tusks. Of course, he's got these weird holes for the tusks, but aside from that, it does kind of remind me of Alf. So again, he is made of a hollow hard vinyl, hard plastic. Nice and chunky. He's quite big, actually. He feels like quite a big figure for what he is. He's got his knuckle-walking big clawed hands there, and his more hoof-like feet down here. And what does this say? Raymondo Toys, or Raymond Toys. There we go. Raymond Toys. And this says... I don't know what that is. WB&TH Inc. Whatever. Warner Brothers and something Inc. maybe. Doesn't say where it's made, but I'm assuming made in China because Raymondo figures such as their Kong here do seem to be made in China, as you can see there, made in China. Raymondo Toys. This was a 2007 figure, but this is a 2021 figure. Very cool. Now the tricky thing is, how am I going to get his horns on, or his tusks on? As you can see here, got the little tusks, kind of a rough edge to them. They should have kind of pegs to actually fit in, because these circles do have a little peg there towards the front of his snout to actually hook them in the proper place. So this one looks a little cleaner. We can try this one first. Can I do this? Well, okay. I don't know how well that'll hold in. Maybe it is recommended that these are glued in, but for now, it is actually holding. Kind of floppy. I don't know. They might need gluing in. And we'll see if we can do the second one. So I put his tusks in, they're just loosely hanging there, so they probably will need to be glued in. I don't know if I will do that or not. I probably will, but there we have a full figure, and that is so cool! Now I finally have a behemoth in my collection, a very rare kaiju to get, very hard to get a good figure of this thing. Although I think Photon Collectibles, which made these Muto 3D printed figures, are working on making an articulated one at some point. But for what it is, this is a really cool sort of Bandai vinyl style representation of one of these things. And let's actually compare him to, say, Godzilla here. This is a Monster Arts Godzilla 2019 figure, and I think they scale really well. This isn't the biggest Monster Arts figure on the market, but he does have that classic sort of Godzilla bulk to him, and yet this figure, even though he is a little bit shorter, actually does feel really nice and huge next to him as well, which is really cool. I think that's actually pretty accurate to how they were in the movie, so that's really sweet. Look at that. Very nice. We can move him back, can actually bring in that Muto figure. So this guy is probably a little bit smaller than they should be. I'm not 100% sure. There you guys go. You can see the Photon Collectibles Muto and the Raymondo Toys, or the Raymond Toys Behemoth figure. Very sweet. And we can also bring in some other random figures, such as, again, the 60, I forgot what year that was, 65 Godzilla from YMSF, and the Raymondo Toys Kong 62 figure, which is a fairly small figure, all things considered. There we go. Very, very nice. Very cool. So again, the only issue I have with this guy here is just the lack of vines and moss and stuff are on his tusks in particular, and I think he had it just on his fur in general. He was really kind of overgrown looking, really ancient looking. But other than that, I think the sculpt on this guy is brilliant, really accurate to how he looked in the film. Really cool design. I don't know why. This is just such a really cool design for a kaiju in general. Just this weird gorilla mammoth thingamabobber with huge tusks and big claws, and just, yeah, really unique. Which I dig that, because for just weird reasons, a lot of Western kaiju designs tend to be really generic looking, or really sort of insectoid a lot of the time, or I don't know, I'm usually not overly fond of them, but this one in particular is a pretty cool, unique design from the Legendary Pictures Monsterverse for a unique new kaiju, which I dig. I really do. So that's really sweet. So I'm gonna leave this video here. Let me know what you think of the new style, filming on my mobile phone. I think the picture is a little bit better, color-wise and exposure-wise, definitely. Hopefully the sound is coming through nice and clearly through the microphone and all that, so let me know how that goes. I'm sorry that I've been wobbling this camera all over the place. I should probably just use a tripod for this, but I did really want to get in there and get some close detail shots as well for you guys, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes in the future. I might just get a new camera in general. Nevertheless, thanks for checking out this video. I think these figures are awesome, and hopefully we'll get more YMSF figures eventually when they do put out some new cool stuff, which I am definitely waiting on some stuff that they recently seem to have teased, like some of their a new 1964 Godzilla, a new Megalon, and an Anguirus figure, a Showa Anguirus. All of those ones I'm dying to get, but they might take like a year till they're done, because they're like in the pre-production phase at the moment. But for now, I'm gonna take a bit of a break from my MSF, because yeah, they really eat through my savings. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Hope to see you in one of my future ones. But until then, may your vinyl be a radiated vinyl. Over and out. Bye.